What is up, guys? Mastic over here. Today it won't be a POV video, but I will walk you through what you have to do to replace the alternator on this V8 Nissan Titan. I'll make sure to include all the generations or the years in the title. But anyways, so first off, what you want to do, I'm just going to walk you through it. I'm not going to show you live, but you have to remove this, tuck it right here. There is another hose right here that connects, well, obviously over there. I just removed it and I tucked it right here. And the tensioner assembly for the motor, which is three 15mm bolts. They're really easy to access. I used this small extension for the lower one, and with this extension and a 15mm, and it is right there. As you guys can see, it's right here. And first, if you're asking how am I going to remove the belt, you put a, I'm sorry, I think I made a mistake. They're actually three 12mm bolts, and the bolt to remove the tension, which you put the socket right here, is an actual 15, and you put it with a ratchet and you go that way. It's a little bit hard, but it comes off. After remove the belt, obviously remove the tensioner assembly, as I said, with the three 12mm. I had to use a slightly longer extension for the lower one, but the two top ones were fine. Now, after you've tucked away both coolant hoses, now we have accessed the alternator. I suspect that this is a 14mm, and the lower one right here. Drop my phone. Anyways, the lower one right there is a 12mm, and there's no other, just two. 1, 2. So let me go ahead and remove it, and I'll be right back. Your next order of business, before you remove the alternator is still there. There's the bracket that holds the alternator on the right side, which looks like this one right here. So it's held by two 12mm on the right, as you guys can see right there. So I took that off, and I had to lift up the car and remove the wheel with the inliner. Inliner is held by 1 Phillip, 2 Phillip, 3 Phillip, 4 Phillip. Next is removing the 12mm that holds the hot wire to the alternator. This piece of shit connector is being a pain, and it's not coming off easily. And I found out why, is because it's held by this ground 10mm. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove that, and I'm gonna remove the connector after. Okay, so I was able to remove the alternator from here, this space. I actually had to remove the upper radiator hose completely, because where it was bent, it was in the way. So came out with a little persuasion. Actually, it's not hard at all. It's actually pretty simple, and it is right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and repeat the same exact steps backwards and install it, but I'm gonna give you a little intake on it. So I'm gonna fish the new alternator in place. I'm going to install the 10mm that holds the ground wire on it, and then plug it in, and then install the hot wire. And then after, I'm going to mount it on this bracket that holds the alternator with the 14mm. And then after that, I'm going to install the bracket that I removed that was held by these two. And that's it pretty much, but I'm gonna still record the rest. In order to mount the top side of the alternator, it's a little bit impossible, but you'll have to hold the alternator with 2 hands and magically fish the top bolt from here, not from the top. If you can do it from the top, good for you. You need a ladder. I don't have a ladder, but I put all the connections back, as you guys can see, and I got it done. Next step is went ahead and put the cover back like this. Just the screws that I took off. Put everything back. It's pretty simple from there. I'm just gonna top off the coolant that I wasted, or that I dropped, and that's basically it. It's pretty simple from here. Just tighten all the bolts and you're good to go. See you later.